Yeah, I know it's at least 5 years.
Because that was like 17 years ago, so yeah, you had two.
We went around, I think, to probably every house within 4 or 5 miles of Isles Baptist
Well, that's
Church.
probably right many houses then.
Yeah. Yeah, I asked Mr. May one day, I said, how many people you reckon we won to the Lord? And he said, hundreds.
I love to go so in.
Yes.
I asked that one lady, I said, how long have you been lost? How long was you lost before you got saved? She said, oh, I've never been lost.
Oh,
I said, well, if you've never been lost, you haven't been saved.
Amen.
Because you got to be lost before you can be
We
saved.
be saved, yeah. Yeah. It amazes me at the ideas that some people have about being saved.
Yeah,
They'll say,
being what, good or something.
I'm doing the best I can and all kinds of things.
Yeah, that lady said, I was raised up in a good Christian family. I've never been lost. And I had to answer, I said, if you've never been lost, you've never been saved.
Amen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now we had who was it? Well, your son Billy went with us a few times, several
Yeah.
times, didn't he?
And you picked up on something Billy used.
Yeah. Yeah, Billy was winning this person to the Lord, and he asked him to say the prayer with him, and they weren't saying it out loud, and he said, God wants to hear you say it.
Right.
And I've used that many times, and it really is.
yeah,
true.
you have, because you do it, yeah, you do it on
Because
Saturdays.
I've had to do it, I'll say it and I say, well, God wants to hear you say it out loud. Cause
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Romans 10:9 says that thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord.
Right.
God wants to hear you say it, yeah. We had some other people went so long with us. I was trying to remember.
Dave Wilson went with you, didn't he?
Yeah, Dave Wilson went with us some.
His birthday is what, coming up or just passed?
Coming up.
Coming up. Dave Wilson.
No, it just passed.
Oh, it just passed.
Yeah.
One of the funniest things that happened, those two boys that we used to take, one of them died,
Matt Warner's son.
yeah.
Was it Jason or Justin?
And you was on one side of the street with one of them, and I was on the other side of the street with the other one. And I was telling him, what's his name, Ed Hiles Anderson.
Dr. House.
No, the Marine in here. I tell him, he said, when you're out sewing, knock hard on the door,
Yeah.
because you are somebody, you're an ambassador of the Lord.
Right.
And after I got through telling him that, he said, just look at Brother Barner and that boy's name. Well, he said, they're not knocking hard.
Because they were what, teenagers then, weren't they?
Yeah, they were teenagers. Well, they were teenagers. Yeah.
Not knocking hard enough
He
over
took
there.
that thing serious, didn't
Well, I was working with one of those boys, and I was trying to teach him how to sew win souls, and I said, you gotta knock hard, and I knocked hard on this door. This guy come to the door, and he said, get the H off of my property.
Boo.
he? Yeah, I remember you telling about
Yeah.
that.
And Dave Wilson was there with us, and Dave said, well, you really taught him, didn't you? Yeah, Dave was a lot of fun.
I remember Dave Wilson said, you always find something to pray about before you let them leave them,
Right.
And this lady said, well, I don't have time to talk with y'all this morning. I got a hair appointment, I gotta leave right now. And they said, let me pray that the hair appointment will go well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And of course, he hung the plan of salvation on the end of that prayer.
Yeah.
Right.
That was good.
Yeah. And Dave was a good soul winner.
Get the plan. That came from getting the plan to them somehow.
Yes, sir.
before you leave.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dr. Howell said that.
Yes, sir. I never had the privilege of going soul winning with Dr. House. I wish I could have, though. I understand. I know he was a great soul winner, and he used to get his converts to church.
Yeah, he picked them up. Right.
Yeah, and he'd say to him, "We promise you'll come to church or Sunday school Sunday," and they'd say yes. And he said, "Now remember, you're promising God."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.